Hello students, in the last video I spoke to you about the making of the Constitution, the Constituent Assembly, its need, etc. Now in this video we will learn about the features of the Constitution, the fundamental rights, its preamble, etc. So let's begin.
The Preamble. The word preamble has been derived from the Latin word preambulus, which means walking before. And that's what a preamble does. It walks before a speech, often explaining what's coming. The preamble to the Constitution of India is a brief introductory statement that sets out guidelines which guide the people of the nation and to present the principles of the Constitution, and also to indicate the source from which the document derives its authority and meaning. The hopes and aspirations of the people are described in it. The preamble can be referred to as the preface, which highlights the entire Constitution. It was adopted on 26 November 1949 by the Constituent Assembly and came into effect on 26 January 1950, celebrated as the Republic Day in India. Preamble was made in 1947 but adopted in 1949. The ideals behind the preamble to India's constitution were laid down by Jawaharlal Nehru's Objectives Resolution adopted by the Constituent Assembly on January 22, 1947. So, in a constitution, it presents the intention of its framers, the history behind its creators, the core values and principles of the nation, the philosophy of our national struggle, and the governing principles of independent India. We can also say that it contains the summary or the essence of the Constitution. There are certain key words in the preamble like sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity, etc. Now, what do these key words in the preamble stand for? The words "we the people of India" indicate the ultimate sovereignty of the people. Sovereignty means the independent authority of the state, not being subject to the control of any other state or external power. Socialist means wealth is generated and shared equally by the society. Secular, it means there is no state religion of India. At the same time, citizens of India are free to practice and profess any religion or faith of their choice. No government machinery can discriminate against or favor any religion or faith and its followers. Democratic. It means in India, it is the people who choose their leaders, who form the government, and the government has to function according to certain basic rules ensuring maximum welfare of the people. Republic, as India has elected its head called President, and he is elected for a period of 5 years. So these words, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic, shows the nature of the Indian state. It states social, economic and political justice as an objective. It is secured in fundamental rights and directive principles. Liberty, equality and fraternity have also been made ideals, in which liberty means absence of restraints, providing opportunities for development, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Equality means absence of special privileges to any section of society without any discrimination. There is equality of status and opportunity. Fraternity means brotherhood or single citizenship. Article 51A promotes harmony and brotherhood. It assures dignity of the individual and unity and integrity of the nation. So, liberty, equality and fraternity have also been made ideals as they form a union of trinity, in the sense that to separate one from the other is to defeat the very purpose of democracy. In the original constitution, preamble did not consist of the words socialist, secular and integrity, although the spirit of the constitution was secular. These words were incorporated in the preamble of the Constitution after the 42nd Amendment Act 1976. This act replaced the words Sovereign Democratic Republic to Sovereign Socialist Secular Democratic Republic. It also changed Unity of the Nation to Unity and Integrity of the Nation. This amendment portrays the flexible nature of the Indian Constitution. Fundamental rights. What are fundamental rights? Fundamental rights are the basic rights of the people, some universally recognized rights that are seen as fundamental, which is also provided in the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. These rights are universally applied to all citizens, irrespective of religion, race, place of birth, caste, or gender. Fundamental rights are in Part 3 of our Constitution. There are 6 fundamental rights enshrined in our Constitution. They are right to equality. It is provided in the Article 14 to 18 of the Constitution. The Constitution declares all the citizens of India to be equal in the eyes of law. Law provides equal protection to all. The concept of equality is that special privileges of all kinds should be abolished and untouchability is also abolished. Then we have right to freedom, Article 19 to 22. The Constitution guarantees to the citizens right to freedom. Article 19 guarantees 6 freedoms, namely right to freedom of speech and expression, right to assemble peacefully and without arms, right to form associations, right to move freely throughout the territory of India, right to reside and settle in any part of the territory of India, right to practice any profession. Third article is right against exploitation. The Constitution of India recognizes the dignity of the individual and protects him against any form of exploitation, either by the state or by the privileged classes in the society. Article 23 provides that traffic in human beings and begar, that means forced labor and similar other forms of forced labors are prohibited. Article 24 prohibits the employment of children below the age of 14 in any factory, mines or any other hazardous or dangerous employment. Then fourth right is the right to freedom of religion. Right to freedom of religion has been guaranteed to all persons residing in India. The Constitution provides that subject to public order, morality and health, all persons are equally entitled to freedom of conscience and right to profess, practice and propagate religion. The Constitution prohibits imparting of religious instructions in any educational institution wholly maintained out of state funds. The objective of this right is to sustain the principle of secularism in India. Then we have cultural and educational rights, that is from Article 29 to 30. The Constitution guarantees certain cultural and educational rights. No citizen shall be denied admission into any educational institution maintained by the state, receiving aid out of state funds on grounds of religion, race, caste, language, or any of them. The Constitution protects the interest of the minorities in India. The Constitution provides that all minorities, whether based on religion or language, shall have the right to establish and administer educational institutions of their choice. Right to constitutional remedies, that is Article 32. The Constitution guarantees the right to move the Supreme Court by appropriate proceedings for the enforcement of the rights conferred by Part 3 of the Constitution. So, these fundamental rights together is a weapon in the hands of the citizens to protect themselves from any abuse of power by the state. These rights act as a check on the powers of the government.